Hello everyone, today is my day 8 of C++ DSA journey. In today's video stream, we will be revisiting some old problems that we have done in the earlier streams, and after that we will be also doing array-based new problems based on arrays on LeetCode. And I will be starting with the with, with solving of this problem majority element with the most optimized approach, which was left to be explained and submitted in the last stream. So what we will do first, I will give a recap of what I have done in this problem in the previous stream. So first I solved the question using brute force approach. In that I used nested for each loops, and how it is working. I created an integer n is equal to nums of side is it travels through the whole array. And I created another two for each loops. The first for each loop traverses the whole array side. After that, we initialize the frequency with 0. The second for loop check if first for loop value is equal to second for loop value. If it is true, frequency will be plus plus, and after that it is checking every time if frequency is more than n by 2. If this is true, we will the return the value of val current index of val, which is giving frequency more than n by 2. If it's not giving that, we will return -1 if there is no majority element. We will have to use this return -1 statement, because if we don't use it, the compiler will not compile the code and give error. After that, I use this approach of sorting, and the tie complexity of the code was reduced to big of n log n from big of n cube. And in the last stream, I forgot to submit this code, but the code was, but we the but we done the running of code. We we run this code in the previous stream. Today I will submit it this code also. So how this code was working? In this approach, we first sorted the array. After that, we initialize the frequency with 1, and we initialize the frequency with 1 and initialize answer variable is equal to nums dot index value of nums, the current index value of nums, the first index value. We initialize with the first index value. For example, in this case, it is 3. After that, we use the for loop, which goes from first element to the last element. Inside this, we check if nums I index is equal to nums dot I, means the first index is equal to the 0th index or not. If it's equal to the 0th index, the frequency will be increased, and after that we will check if frequency is more than 2 or not. If it's more than n by 2, we will return the answer. And if it's not true, the loop will again run, and I will become 2, and it will again check if nums of I is equal to nums of I minus 1 if 3 is equal to 2. If it's not true, if it's not true, frequency will not increase, and we will again check if frequency will be 2. If it's true, it will just answer. If it's not true, it will not return the answer. After that, the loop will end, and we will get return -1 in the end. But in this case, output will be 3 because 3 is present. So how this is working? First, we initialize the frequency with 1. Yeah, frequency was already 1, and answer is equal to nums 0 index. Answer was also 3. After that, we run this loop. Set this I was equal to 1, and it was checking if 2 was equal to 3 or not. If it's not equal, frequency will not increase. And frequency will not increase, and we will reinitialize the frequency with 1, and answer is will be equal to the index of nums, current index of nums I, that will be 3. After that, we will check if this is more than 2, but this will not be equal to 2 because the frequency is already 1. After that, we will again go on this and check if 3 is equal to that. If it's not, then we will. I think I'm getting something wrong. Okay, we have already sorted the array. Okay, I forgot to mention that we have already sorted the array. In this case, what will happen? In this case, suppose there is 2 in the starting, and the other 3s are at the end of the array. Okay, so if it's this, so it will first check if nums of I is equal to nums of I minus 1. So this will not be true. So frequency will be 1, and answer is equal to nums I. That is that will be 3 in this case. After that, it will check if frequency is n by 2. If so, in this case, it will not equal to more than n by 2. So it will the loop will again run, and it will I will be equal to 2 in this case. I will be equal to index number 2 in this case, and it will check if nums I is equal to nums I minus 1. So in this case, the second index will be equal to the first index. If the first index is also 3 and this index is also is 0, so it will increase the frequency and check if frequency is more than by 2. So in this case, the frequency will be more than n by 2, because if we divide it by 2, all the elements of the array is divided by 2, it will give the answer 1.5, but 2 is more than 1.5, so it will return the answer. So now what we will do, we will first submit the solution. It filled that case. Let's check on Copilot why it was not. this code is not being accepted after submission on LeetCode. Is the test case where there is only one element in the array. With the issues with your current statement at the end in the LeetCode majority problem is it is guaranteed that the most element exists. That means you don't need to do minus one or one fallback. Right now you could this is wrong because the errors. Okay. So if I remove this line, see, if I remove this line, it will give compiler. But of what will happen if I submit it? See compiler. Okay, I will return the we will return the first index in this case. Okay. Okay, I know Mr. By was not somebody getting submitted yesterday. Okay, so the time complexity of this was equal to big of n log n. Now what we will do, we will remove this and we will try to solve this problem by using Moore's voting algorithm. What does Moore's or voting algorithm says? It says if in any given array, if majority element is present, its frequency will be more than its frequency will be the highest even after cancelling it with other elements. Like if 3 is the majority element, if we will try to cancel it with other present elements, the frequency of 3 will be that higher that even after cancelling with all the elements, 3 will be left in the end. So first let me write the code. After that I will do the dry run of that and explain it to all of you. So what we will do, first we will create an integer frequency is equal to 1. We will initialize the frequency with 1 and integer answer is equal will be equal to nums of we will initialize the answer with 0 and frequency will also be 1 minute. The frequency will also be equal to 0. What we will do here is we will run a for loop here in which we will initialize it with 0. It goes till the last index of the array. Set this, we will check, we will write a condition if frequency equal to 0. We will initialize answer is equal to the current index value of nums. For that we will again write an if condition, that if answer is equal to nums.I, frequency will increase, else frequency minus minus. After writing this, we will simply return answer. So how this is working? First, let me do the trial of it. Check compiler. Okay, a mistake. If okay, if okay, now the test cases are accepted. So what's happening here is let me explain you here. Okay, this was day 5, day 6, already 7. This was day 7, and today's day 8 of C++ journey. Okay, it is day 8. Let's check it. 5. Okay, it is day 8. Okay, yeah. So we will first rename this. Give a name to this thing. Day hash majority element explained. We will increase the size of it so it will be clearly visible that we have done the explanation of this here. After that we will draw a line, and now here we will okay, what's happening? What's this thing? Scarlet draw is getting glitched a little. No. See, undo button is not this. Okay. So this is We will copy it again and name it date to DSA journey majority element explained. Modes algorithm. Okay. Now I will give the try run example of here of that here. So we will use this. Okay. Green color. Right. So where was that code gone? Let's close this. Bring this here. Okay. So in the starting, we will take an example array here first. We will create that suppose here an array. Set this values are like this: 1, 1 and 1. And listen carefully that it says that you may assume that majority element always exists in the array. That is saying that majority element will for sure exist in the array. I will give you an S case also here. Okay, we'll remove this. So this is an example array. In the starting, the frequency will be equal to 0. Here frequency is also is equal to 0, and answer is also equal to 0. Now okay, we will create a line here. Okay, now we'll use this blue color, or maybe we can use this color also. Let's see if it's visible. Okay, this is visible. Now what's happening here is when frequency was equal to 0, we were on the 0th index of I. Okay, this was 1, and we check if frequency is equal to 0, we will initialize the answer with the current value of nums, that is 1 in this case. So in this case answer will become 1, and if answer is equal to nums dot I, frequency will also increase. In this case frequency will become 1. Okay, and what will be happen in the next iteration is that when frequency will be equal to 2, frequency will be equal to, sorry, when I will be increased from 0 to the 1th index, it will come here, and the condition will again check if frequency is equal to 0, but this will not be equal to 0, so this will not be executed, this condition. After that it checks if answer is equal to nums dot I index, but answer here in answer it is equal to 1, and I index is saying it is 2, so this will also be not be executed, and in the else case frequency will be reduced. So the frequency will be reduced to 0, but see here the answer is not changed yet. After that what will happen when frequencies become 0? The okay answer is 1, frequency becomes 0 when this, and when the loop will again run, it will check, it will I will be equal to here, and it will inside this it will check if frequency is equal to 0. If this is true, answer will be equal to nums.I. So answer will now become 2 in the iteration where I will be equal to 2. Okay, frequency is 0. After that, check if answer is equal to nums of 5. So in this case, answer is equal to nums of I index value. So frequency will increase to 1 again. After that, the iteration will come on the third index, and here what will happen will come on the third index, and frequency is 1. So this condition will not be executed, and answer will again be checked if answer is equal to num psi frequency plus 4. But in this case, answer is not equals to. Okay, 1 minute. In this case, answer will not be equal to 1. So what will happen? The frequency will be reduced to 0 again. And the loop will run for the last time here. And I will become 4 now. And this condition will be checked if frequency equal to 0. Answer will be equal to the current index value of nums, that is equal to 1 in this case. If and after that, if check if answer is equal to nums.I, frequency will increase. So frequency will also become to 1, and after that the loop ends. It will return the current value stored in answer, that is 1, and the majority element is also 1. And the majority element is also 1. So in the result, it will return the value 1. Now let me tell you an edge case. If this cannot be used earlier, since this. Okay. Now here is an edge case. Suppose there was an array. There was an array. Inside that, the values are given like this: 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 3, and 3. Let's make it little clearer. 1, 1, 3, 3. What will happen here? If we use the same logic here, it will not work, because Moore algorithms works on finding if majority element will exist, it will appear more than n by 2 times. So what will happen in this case? First, let me use this as a test case first. Then I will explain why it happened. 1, 1, 2, comma 2, comma 1, comma 1, comma 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, comma 3. 1 minute. Start 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 3. 1, 2, 2, and 1, 1, 3. Okay. Will run it, it will give a error. See invalid test case. Okay, okay. See, this is saying that there is no majority print invalid test case because if you say here no element can majorly because no element can occur majorly here because we will divide the number of elements here. What it will give and divided by 2 is will be equal to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 divided by 2 will be equal to 3.5. We take 3 as the 3 as the we will take 3 in this case. So if the elements are more than 3, it will be majority element. But see, there is no element here that has appeared more than 3 times. 1, 1, 1. This is equal to 3. 3 has also occurred 2 times and 2 has also occurred 2 times. So let me take a glance what was that was I going to explain. Okay, so in this case it will not give the value in the return, but if we make a little change in this, it will uh, it will run. Okay, it will not run. Let me see what 2, 2, 1. Okay, sorry, we will give 1 here in input. See that this test case was also accepted because 1 was appeared 4 times and it is more than n by 2. So why how it checks? So in this case that was not happening because in the end we will be getting 3 as the frequency. We will be getting 3 as the answer, but the answer is not will the answer will not be equal to will not be more than n by 2. So it will give no majority element exist in this case. We have already seen here. If I create the test case again, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 3, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 3 and 3. Okay, it will again give that error because there is no majority element that exists in this case. So this is how Moore's algorithm work. I I was I explained this use case to you so that you can understand how Moore algorithm works. That we don't even sorted this array or use that condition that if frequency is more than by 2, so how it is working. So for that I explained the whole thing to you guys. So if we will submit it, it will be accepted. Okay, see, beats 100% in runtime, 60% memory. Okay, so the time complexity of this will be equal to big of n because we used only a loop here and nothing else. So this is how Moore algorithm works. It checks the frequency of the element. The frequency of elements is high even after cancelling it with the other elements. That will be the majority element. In case the majority elements always exist in the array. There is a condition. It will if it will not exist in the array, we can write a certain different condition, but I will not do that here because the question is saying that you may assume the majority element always exist in the array. That's why. So now what we will do? Now we will revisit a problem that we solved yesterday. It was intersection of two arrays part 2. In this case we was supposed to return the duplicates also. We was supposed to return the duplicates also in the answer vector. So this was the code for it. So okay, we take length and we will, after that we will try to run the code by self. This was this and this was that condition. Okay. Okay. So we will remove all this from here. In the last stream I forgot to remove the initialize empty vector. So what we will do first, we will understand the problem. Given two arrays, integer arrays nums1 and nums2, return an array of their intersection. Each element in the result must appear as many times as shown in both arrays. Then you may return the result in any order. It says we have to give the intersection value of two arrays, and also if they have appeared twice in the arrays, both arrays, we have to return them twicely. Okay, so this was the case, and in the easier level of that, we was supposed to not return the duplicate values in the result. So we used this condition. In this case, we removed that condition and used another condition which marks the j as visited, so that when I increases, it will not again check it for the first j, so that the confusion gets clear, and it will check for the second j, and we will get the correct number of duplicates in the resulted vector. So what we'll do first is create an empty vector named as result. Third, we were using L loop, which goes from y is equal to 0 to 0 index to the last index. Mm, And inside that, we again used another for loop, making it a nested loop, which starts from 0th index and goes till the last index. Inside this, we were checking if nums1 index, this will be equal to nums2 index. If nums1 index will be equal to nums1 index equal to nums2 index. Sorry, nums2 is j index. What we will have to do, we will push back the value in the result vector of any of the of any of the array, well, array index value. So in this case, we will use nums2 in this case, because we have already used this already used nums1 before. Okay, this will happen here. After that, we will reinitialize the current index of j to -1. Why we did -1? So when we use this condition, it marks the arrays visited, and when the loop will again run from the 0th index of j, so 0th index will be equal to this index value, and the duplicates will not be disturbed, and it gives the correct number of duplicates in the result. After that, we will use a break statement, so that it stops checking for further j's for the current value of I. And after all of this, we will return the answer vector in the result. There was a mistake. Warning with extraneous. Nums1, nums1, nums2, uh, nums1 and nums2. What is wrong here? Okay. This was the wrong thing here. Result push back nums to J index. Okay. This was in capital. If condition of this is was here. This was for loops. Yeah, okay. Right after this for loop. Compiler. Reading app. Okay. Not answered. Return result. I used the wrong word for that. Cite the result. We will get the result. So this was for after if condition. Yeah. We will return the result after this. Address and transaction overflow. Address. Let's ask this from Copilot. Why having line 8 character 15. Copy this. What is the definition? Okay. Here is the mistake. Little mistake that I have done. Okay. Change the init loop. System. Okay, here is also J. Forgot. I used the wrong word. Okay, but it's accepted. So this problem is like that. How the result is, how the things are working, I have explained. The for loop start from the zeroth index and the loop starts from the zeroth index and it checks if nums of I is equal to nums1 index is equal to nums2 index. Okay. If this is true, it will push back the nums2 value in the result and it will remove the current index of the array from the array. Okay. And after that it will break the statement so it stops checking further j's for this I. You can for this side because one has not appeared. In this case, stop checking further tools for this too, and then it will again run. I will be equal to 2 in this case, and j will be equal to 0. That is the last index of j. Checks if my nums of I equal to nums of j. So in the result, it will be pushed because it will be equal to j, and after that it will break and it will return the result because after that the j index will come to an end, and it will run again after that, but there will be no value of j can be that can be checked if nums of I is equal to nums of j. So there will be no value of j that can be written even. So we will submit it. I think we can use a more optimized approach in this, but the more optimized approach are using binary search sorting or other things. But here's two pointers also. I don't know how we can use this in this. Also, I have already told you in the last stream, I will be keeping this till here. Now what we will do, so I've written the code again and explained all the things to all of you. Now what we will do, first let me check what happened to the contest that I applied to join. Where are the contest section? Okay. So it feels okay. We start in 12 minutes. 12 hours or 12 minutes. Okay, Sunday. Today is Saturday, so we start tomorrow, but the bi-weekly context is starting in 21 minutes. So I think we can register for it. So we register and check what happens in the contest. Before that, we will be revisiting. We will try to revisit and again solve the problem and explain that problem. That problem will be squared softens ordered array. I will again I will again try this problem and try to write the whole code by own and explain it again. Okay. This was the code. Okay, we used to have absolute condition here. So it checks all the absolute values of the right and left, and if silver values pick, it will push the resulted squared array value in the left side, and left will increase sorry, this is the left side, so this will increase from the 0th index to the first index. Else it will push the value to the right, and red will be increased to the second last. So that position will also decrease. Okay. Result position. It is now stop here. Else result position is now stop right minus. Okay. So position will also be equal to non-stop. Okay. So now we will jump onto this and remove all this. So what we were supposed to do, we were supposed to give squared values of an array given integer randoms inside this, sorted in non-decreasing order, return an array of the squares, each number sorted in non-decreasing order. So you're supposed to give the resulted array in the ascending order. But if we do the square of this array, output will be equal to this, and this is not this is the sorted result. But after squaring, the array becomes like this like it's sorting has not done it, so after sorting it becomes like this. But what happens due to sorting? The time complexity of it increases. So in that case, we will use this thing. We will use first. Let me write the code. After that, I will explain to you how this all things will work. Here result for loop. Sorry, before using this for loop, we will initialize left with 0, right with the nums dot size -1, and position is equal to nums dot size -1. Now what will happen? We will use for loop which starts from 0, I less than nums dot size and I plus plus. What will happen inside this? Let me see that once. Okay, we were not used to use the while here. So time complexity of this will be equal to big of and money. Okay. Okay. So we were here. So while left is less than or equal to right. Why are we using this condition here? Because when the both will uh, be here, the loop will run till here. Like left will not cross right and right will not cross this. So they will both will end here in the middle of the and if we don't use equal to, left will end here and right will end here and both will not come in between. Okay. While this is like this, if absolute nums left is more than absolute nums right. If this is true, what will happen? It will push back if left is more than right. Okay. It will push back dot push back. What will push back inside this? It will push back nums of left into nums of left. Else if was used right. Just forcing me to take a glance. I will not take glance only one time. After that, I will not see this. Okay, you don't have to push back. Yeah, the things are getting mixed a little, and I am feeling that's why I'm seeing this code when I have to write this by myself. But I'm forgetting the conditions a little bit. Like, was it supposed to return push back in the array? But there was an array. So in this case, it will automatically push. It will automatically be. It will automatically initialize the value that of the squared value in the position that is given in the result vector. That will the result vector is also equal to nums dot size. So what we will do, it is equal to nums dot size. Yeah. So if we left is equal to that, it will do the square of it and it will put that value in the last index of the array, new array. Okay. So it was just okay. Even this was not needed here because this is direct, and after that we will do left plus plus so that sorry, left 1 minute. Left will be plus plus and this is left. Okay. Left will be plus plus because left is in the rightmost. Means leftmost first index. Left will be first index. Left will be plus plus. So that if this is true again, the next value will be stored here. We only was supposed to use else. No, brother. No, 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 brother. Okay, okay, okay. Else, what we were supposed to do was supposed to return. We were supposed to initialize the result index with the right into nums right, so that the squared value of that index written of that we were supposed to decrease the value of rightmost area of the array. This is the right. So if right will be bigger than left, it will be stored here, and right will minus the next value of I will be equal to this. And we have already initialized right with now start size last one means right will be equal to the last value in the starting. So whenever this will be this, so it will print the value here. So that if this will be again this, it will be the new value will come here and stored in the array. So that what we will do when this all things being done, we will simply return the result vector. Compile error is okay. Now what's the compile error? Okay, okay, okay. This maybe this contest is near to start. Why it's taking time to get accepted? Why? after class. Okay, so this closes the function. This closes the outer loop. This closes the inner if loop. This closes the if loop. This closes the else condition. I think this should be not here. Let's see. Okay, there is only one. Okay. We have to return result in the last. So this will be inside this outer loop. If condition is here already entered, and this condition is already entered here. So that should be accepted. Come on, man, come on. Give us the results. We want results. We want results. See, one curly brace is here, and it ends the function here before and it is as a result position minus minus. We haven't done it. Position will also decrease. Okay, now it's accepted. Let me explain you all of you in a quick because the contest is about to start. So what is happening here? And left will be equal to 0. Index will be start from the first index, and right is equal to nums dot size minus 1 means right start from the last index, and position will be equal to nums dot size minus 1 means position in the starting will be equal will be here, while left is equal to right means left is more than equal to right. Yeah, if absolute nums left is more than absolute nums dot right. Okay, if this is this absolute means if there is an minus 4 for example value, it it will be compared to this absolute value that will be equal to 4, so it will become easier to compare what values will give the big square or what will be the small square. Okay, so if this is this, so it will be pushed, it will be it will be stored in the result position in the left side, because you use that should be equal to nums dot left into nums dot left. So the squared value will be stored in the nums dot left side, means the front side of the array, because it is already checked if nums dot left is more than nums dot right. That's why. And left will increase to the left value, left index value will become this now first. Okay, and else if right is big, so it will be stored in the rightmost, and position will always decrease by position always decreasing, so that when position will be here, it will run for till this to this or this to the this, if right was if it first if first value will be equal to the right. Okay, so again when it will run for that, and position will decrease and decrease, and That's how it is working. So we will submit it. The time complexity of this will be equal to big of n. Okay, I think the contest it started. We join. Let's see what happens in the contest. After participating in the contest, we will be solving the next and more harder part of the problem, that majority element. That will be majority element second. Okay, we have given time 1 minute, 1 hour 27 minutes time. That's a string. This is a string question. I haven't read about strings yet. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is the new type of question. Let's ask it if I can do it. What I have to do in this, give me approach to solve this. I haven't even know what are strings and this is a new LeetCode problem. What is the terms for this policy statement and construct? Okay, free cell obstacle. The grid must have exactly one valid path from 0 to 0 to m1, comma n1, moving only right or down. Right or down. Right or down. Don't know what is saying. Approach slice grid with all 0. Choose one path either along top row, then left or left long code. Okay, this is the code for that. Vector string grid m string initialize will be open top row. Okay, if I copy this, paste it here. First, let me paste it. I know I'm doing a wrong thing, but we will understand this afterwards. After class. Okay, we will copy the whole code. 1 minute. We will copy the whole code and okay, so submit it. Okay, it's accepted now. No, it will be revealed after contest. Okay. Brother, explain me the whole code first, how it's working, what's happening in the code, because I don't know, I don't even know what was to do in the problem. I just simply submitted that lead code, and I am currently on live stream showing my DSA journey, and right now talking with you. Perfect timing. Let's break down the code. You just submit it so you can explain it clearly on live stream. I will go line by line and show what's happening. Okay. Step 1, make an M into n grid filled with hashtags. Okay. Next question is this. We will stop here. We will not go on the next question now. We will simply come back. Now we understand it. Give me 2 minute times. I'm coming back in 2 minutes. Okay. So now I'm back. Okay. This creates a grid with M rows Each row is starting. Each row is a string of length n filled with hashtags. Okay. Rows and column. Choose starting of length and filled with. Example, if m is equal to 3 and will be initially. Okay. It fill all the rows with the m rows, and each row is starting is a string of length and filled with hashtag. Okay. Each string is also, I think it is m into n here. Vector string m and vector string create grid m into n. Okay. I think create grid is the name of the vector. Which string type data values are stored. Okay. Make an element grid filled with hashtag vector string grid m string comment vector string grid m comma string. This creates a grid with m rows. Okay. Each row is starting is a string of length n filled with hashtag. Example, if m is equal to 3 and is equal to 3 initially. Okay. This will create a grid. Grid. Okay. This is grid. First loop for I will be j. I is first loop j is equal to 0. J is less than n j plus plus. Okay. Grid index value will be equal to grid index value j. Grid zeroth index value will j is equal to this. I think this is dot or something. Open the last column, make the last column, make it all. Open the last column. For integer I is less than n. I plus plus I is less than n means m is equal to 3. First loop, what it changes? Changes the first row in all dots into all dots. Now grid looks like this. Dot dot hashtag 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 hashtag. Second loop, for integer I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Brother, explain it to me like you are explaining it to a 4-year small kid. All right, more brother, let's explain this code. Like I'm telling a 4-year-old story. Imagine a box. The box has rows and columns like this code. Okay. Each small square can be either a free square where you can walk, a block square where you cannot walk. Okay. So it is using dot for free square and block hashtag for a block square where you cannot walk. Fill the whole box with balls. This line says mark a box with m rows and n columns and put hashtag in every square so that at the start everything is blocked. Okay. Okay. Grid m this will be equal to rows of it, and set this we will initialize the values inside that will using its hashtag method. Okay. So at the start everything is blocked. Example, okay, m is equal to 3 and n is equal to 3. So m into n is will be equal to 9. So there are 9 rows. There are 3 rows. Sorry, there are three columns and nine rows. First, second, third, first, second, third, first, second, third, first, second, third. Okay, and n columns and put there are n columns and n rows. M into n will be this. So n is the number of columns and m into n will be rows. These are the number of rows. Step to open the top row. For integer I, j is less than n, j plus plus. J is less than n, so j will go till the last index of n. So 0 to 2. Okay. What is doing here? This loop says go through the first row and change every hashtag into dot. That looks like, but it is not changing every hashtag blocked area to open area. See the last column for grid minus. This loop says go through the last column and change every hashtag into step for it in the box. This gives stuff, but whether you are saying that change blocked area with the change the block area with open area, then why not every blocked area gets open? Like why the last values of every row is blocked? Okay, super simple, like a cartoon story. Start with a box full of walls. When we write, it means make a box with m rows and n columns and to test it. Okay, fine. So at first everything is blocked. Okay. Break the walls in first row. This says go to the very first row and make change every every wall into a free space. But it's not doing that, man. See, where only changes the first two walls. Blocked walls, blocked area to open area. And it is not changing the last blocked area to the open area. What it says that we break the walls in the last column. This is go to the very last column and change every wall. Okay, okay. The top row, first row, the last column, rightmost column, and all the first block. Middle with the middleman. Brother, I am unable to understand this. Why there is blocked area in the last column. Whole rows. So by let's make it silly with a story plus picture in your head. Imagine the grid like a chocolate bar. Each small square. Okay, at the end we wrap the whole chocolate bar with the hashtag, so everything is blocked. Then we open only two special rows. The top row, we unwrap all the squares in the first row. That's why you see dots across the top. Last column, we unwrap all the squares in the very last column. That's why you see dots going down the right. Why do you still see hashtag in the middle row? Because we never test them. We open the first row right to left to right, and the last column top to bottom. All the squares stay blocked That's why I still see what's in the middle of each row. Middle of each, so the only way to go this start at 0 0 top left, okay. Walk along the first row until you reach the last column. Walk along the first row until you reach the last column. Then walk down the last column until you reach the bottom right. Okay, I think this is going like this. No other way exists because the road is blocked. On stream, you can say, guys, the stream still see blocked areas in the middle rows is because the code only opens the first row and the last column. Everything else stays blocked, so path that only one path is possible. Rather, I am literally unable to understand leaning. Yeah. Okay, so let's pause and make it super easy. And there must be exactly one path from left to right. There must be exactly one path from left to right. There's must be one path from left to right, moving only right or down. What the code does? Make everything block first. In first row, rightmost column becomes open. Then why you use this when there are hashtag blocked areas? Why blocked areas are left even after this? This is what I am not. This is what not getting inside my head. Don't know. Okay, by let's slide down and make super visual. So it clicks in your head right now. You're stuck on. If I open the first row, I don't see hashtag in the last column of the other rows. Everything blocked. After opening first row, only the first few chains notice. Row 2 and row 3 are still blocked because of loop only touched row 0. Opening last column. Now the last column of every row is changed to this from this. So in second and third row, only the last opened cell, only the last cell opened and the rest did. Okay, second loop only touches column n minus 1. Okay, it doesn't touch the last column of every row. Okay, so last column of every row is blocked because because it don't it only goes to the second last index of the columns, right? Last column is not blocked, it's actually the one we are opening. Let me show you clearly. What happens first to j minus 1. That means it touches every element in row 0, including a very last column. So the one first row becomes starts. Second loop goes from I is equal to 0 to I is equal to m minus 1. That means it touches every row at the column, every row at the column m minus 1. That is the last column. So the last column of every row becomes dot. Is open dot in every row. Like row 1, column 1. In mathematics, the first column is the first, right? But here it's opposite. I see why the let's clear this why with the indexing basics method was in maths. We say first column we use mean the leftmost column. Yeah, programming. Indexing starts at 0. Column 0 is equal to leftmost column. Maths when we say first column, we usually mean the leftmost column. In programming, index starts at 0, so column first will be 0 will be this column n minus 1 is equal to rightmost column. So there is no project. It's just programming counts from 0 to example column 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So visual data order initially. Okay. Column 0 is equal to leftmost column. So the leftmost column. Column 3 will be this. Yeah, this is right. But what the loop does, this touches every row index, but only at column n minus 1. The last column. That's why the last column gets open, the other columns can block. We never test them. But how, brother? When column 1 and 2 all rows are open and the last column, that's 3, all the rows are blocked, how you are saying that we opened, like the last column is fully blocked. Indexation and output. Okay. Columns are numbered from 0 to n minus 1 rightmost. Okay. N minus 1 rightmost. N minus 1. Okay. N is equal to 4 first, last, rightmost. What does the code does? What the code does? This open all columns in the first row from 0 to n minus 1. So row 0 becomes all dots. This opens the last column index and minus 1 in every row, so the rightmost cell in each row becomes dot. Rightmost becomes dot, then rightmost becomes dot. Why in the result it gives blocked? The first loop now open. After second loop, the last column opened. Okay, see the last column, index 3 is index last column is open in every row. Column 1 and 2 are in rows 1 and 2 are still blocked because the code never tests them. Okay, I think can understand the code here. Example, number of rows is this and number of columns are 4. Number of rows is this, number of rows are 3 and number of columns are 4. Okay. So after the first loop, row 0 opened, the whole loop, the whole row opened. After second loop, last column opened. Okay. After second loop, only the last column opened and the rest of the rows, row 2 and second, is blocked. See the last column, index 3 is open in every row. Last column is open in every row. Column 1 and 2 are still blocked. Column 1 and 2 are okay. Okay, so column so column 1 and 2 are 2 in rows 1 and 2 are still blocked. But row 1 is this. Okay. Row 1 and 2 is this, and these are the columns. And open in the last column. Yeah. I got it now. These are the columns. These will not be. These are not counting for. This is the first one. This is second row. Last column is open. See, last column is open, and the end of column 1 and 2 are column 1 and 2 are still blocked. Column 1, 0, 1 and 2 are still blocked. Mean first column to the third column is blocked and only the last column is open in every row. On Steam, you can say in programming, the last column is index and management. That's why the loop opens the rightmost cell. Every row, the middle cell stays blocked because we never changed them. Now I understood a little. So I think we should keep this till here. Now I will understand this code after in this stream, and we will someday when I will have completed string lectures or other things, we will be covering. We will be maybe covering this problem, or if any other similar problems like this we found any problem like this, we will be solving that also. So I think I have understood that a little. That it becomes the columns. It becomes the columns. Okay, and these are the rows. So column 4 is open. The last column is open. See, the last column is open in every row. In every row, last column is open. So let me see what is happening in the contest. Have I got any rank or not? Yeah, I have got rank 9552. Okay, not bad. Okay, points. What happens if points? If 200 points, you get 200 points by participating first time in the contest. Any contest you choose. So that's why I got 200 coins. Okay. Where the contest is gone. Okay, this is the contest. Now what we will do? We will be solving a new problem. The problem we will be solving the majority element problem part 2, that is more harder than the part 1. That has a little twist in it. Okay, stream has gone. This, what are you reading? Who is this? Hello Shivang. I am explaining a code that I submitted on LeetCode. LeetCode's current bi-weekly contest. That problem was where the problem is gone. Okay, that problem was the first problem that was given in the current LeetCode bi-weekly contest. This was this. So I copied the code from Copilot because I didn't knew what how to solve this problem because I haven't learned about strings yet. Indeed, I only know the basic meaning of strings. So I copied that, and after that, I tried to understand the code on this live stream and tried to explain this a little to all of you. And right now, I'm going to solve this problem live and see how it will be solved. If I will stuck in this problem, we will work through it together. I will use Copilot for hints and other things. And after that, I will be unable to solve this. So I will be using another approach. Sorry, I will see the code and try to understand it then. So what is the name? Shiva. This क्या पढ़ रहे? Okay. Shivankar, you still watching? Shivang is still watching my stream. Okay, someone is watching my stream. Okay, no problem. Hello Shivang, are you there? You are the first viewer on my stream. Okay, there another guy also came on this time, and here Shivang came on the stream. I think he wrote the message early and late due to not getting response at the time. think he left the stream because of that. Okay, so Shivank is not in the stream, not watching the stream right now. Okay, I will keep this in mind and put this, and then I will try and put this comment section somewhere in the screen section. So whenever we get any comment, I will be able to answer that in the real time. Shivang is not here. Okay. So let's jump back onto the problem. So in this, what is given? C. Given an integer array of size n, find all the elements that appear more than n by 3 times. Mean in this case, it is possible that we can get we have to find all elements that appear more than n by 3 times. Mean in this, the majority element can be 1 and also it can also be equal to 2. Okay. Mm, so I think we can use pointers to pointers. No, we can use sorting first. So first we will sort nums dot begin nums dot end. Okay, we'll sort the array in the ascending order. Means smallest value to the biggest largest value. Let's keep it here. So and close all these tabs. Okay, let's see. That split windows not coming. Okay. We try and put it here. The screen is here now, and we will choosing this here. Now we can read the chat, and what we can do, we can simply adjust this. So whenever it's looking a little okay. So we're here. For now, we will be okay. Let's focus on the problem and solve it. So sorted the array. Okay, so that is sorted. So that is sorted now. What approach we use in the majority element first? Uh, First we use the brute force inside that the time complexity of that was equal to n cube, and we haven't used sorting in that case. After that we used the optimized approach and said that it was equal to big of L log n. It was because we use sorting in that. So I think there will be a for loop Here also that will go to the last index. I is equal to 0, I less than nums dot size, I plus plus. Let me put my phone the next charger. Okay, I have put my phone the charger. I know I'm using wrong words. Will improve by time. Okay, so it will go from the first index to the last index. If what we can check if nums of majority element, majority element. Let's see what was that code submitted in the optimized approach. Okay, this was the submission details. Submissions 32 hours ago. Okay, this was the optimized approach. Better approach, you can say. The most optimized most moves algorithm that we solved it that we used an hour ago. Okay, okay. Should we copy this part or let's write it by own first? Integer frequency is equal to 0, comma answer is equal to current index of nums. Yeah, this was this, right? Answer is equal to nums 0. Okay, not I because I is initialized after that. The weather is very hot. See, even now it's happening 8 p.m. 8:50 p.m. and the temperature is still 36 degrees. Okay, so what doing here? We initialize the frequency 0 answer. If if mhm, if num psi is equal to okay majority in second num psi num psi will be initialized with 1, I think. Yeah, initialized with 1 so it can compare num psi minus 1. Okay, minus 1 will be written inside this. If this is true, what we will do? We will increase the frequency. Okay, else they will reduce the frequency. And every time we check if okay, we will have Create an integer and also integer n will be equal to nums to size if n is if frequency is more than n by 2, n by 3. So it will give, if this is this true, return what will it return answer. Okay, yeah, answer. The correct index of it will be written in this case. And in this case, there is one majority element, we will be returning that element only. So in this case, what will we do? We will return nums index. Try to run it. It will not run because this is not a simple case. But let's see. Maybe it runs, maybe not, because this is okay. This is here. This is here. If condition locked, else condition also locked. Just refers the outer loop to that this suppose the outer loop. I think there is an extra base curly braces here. Expected this line 72 cat 28 expected class solution. Okay. Mhm. This will be outside. Why it's giving compiler man. See, I will not copy the code. First we have done sorting here. Okay. First we've done sorting here. I am doing learning public. Learning and practicing. See right now. Okay, sorted here. That before sorting, I think the order doesn't matter here for this, but we have done it. Frequency count. Okay, frequency count starts here. So this is code starts from here. Initialize the value with 1 is less than stop size I plus plus. So just we use the condition. Okay. Frequency plus plus else frequency is equal to okay. We haven't initialized the frequency. Frequency is equal to y. Frequency in answer is equal to answer will be equal to current value of nums I. Okay. That it's closed. After that, the outer loop was closed. No, that it was closed. If frequency is return answer, okay. That to closed this and this. That will return the start zero index. Then what's the problem? Return also. Okay, we will pin it. What to do here? Error is coming. Choose return type mismatch. Child coming answer integers for vector. That's all argument equity more than terms. That means that we up to may not just when you code is even code only tracks a single answer in terms of change your return to a vector int. Collect all valid majority events with a couple of booleans boot second instead of just sorting counting. Push results into a okay. Okay. Create what create an empty vector for here, okay. Saying to create a vector, said that we will be returning integer value, okay, into new result, okay. What we need not return answer, if we do if result dot push back answer and we return the result. Will it work now? Okay, pass the first case. Okay, I will have to return the result. Okay, exactly that to return result. if I return the result, let's see, concept only, not full code fixed since you ask for explanation. If the consumer is okay, correct majority limit return resolution. So the error is because you declared the function of integer return, but you are returning integer. Okay. The logic problem is that you have only handled one majority limit. Okay, now I created a empty vector and push the value of answer inside that. It is passing the normal case where arrays 3, 2, 3, but failing in other test cases, like when there is only one element present in the array. 1 minute. Before it, we can try. What we can try? We can try. This we can use it here. What if we return nums dot I nums dot 0? This we will compile error. What if we answer at 0? Okay, this will not. Okay, so we keep this like this, not disturbing it. Okay, but single element fail because your loop and frequency logic is not handling that case. Problem code for single element case. You are starting frequency from 0 and loop is running from I is equal to 1. Array, if there is one element, loop will not run and frequency will not be updated. Condition check. Okay, this is the condition. Now see and tell. Okay, we see first by self sorted. Okay, it's nice. Okay, there are two big problems in that. It will not cost the find the first element. So yes, that's why single element, single array fails. Does it only happen in single errors? Six expected is 1,2. Okay, expected is 1,2. Every time when frequency more than 2, I'm pushing the answer. If there will be one element, okay, if one element is satisfying the condition multiple times, it will come. It will come multiple times in the array. Fixes frequency. I will saying I should start frequency from 1. Okay. And after that, when element changes, then check and push. And at the last of the loop, element checking element is also yes important. Okay. First element counted. Which frequency yes sliced with 1. So we can remove the pushback nums I value. So we can remove this answer variable because we can directly push back right. So the pushback nums I minus 1. Okay, what of that? What's happening inside here? Frequency started with first element. Okay, I is equal to 1. I starts on the first index. Checks if I is equal to the previous index of that array. So if it's true, frequency will increase. Else if it's not true, in else case it checks if frequency is more than n by 3. If it's n by 3, so result we will push back nums I index in the resultant error, and frequency will reset after every element, after new element. Okay, reset for new element. Last element check. If frequency is more than 3, result of push back nums not high. But why we used n by 3 condition twice? Okay, good catch. Why two checks needed inside the loop? When the element changes, num psi not equals num noise, then we have to check the frequency of the previous element. If it is more than by 3, then we will push back. Then it is mandatory to push it back. Then it is mandatory to push it into the result vector. Okay, it ensures that duplicates of every group gets checked properly. After that, when the loop ends, till now the last element group is not checked till now. So because of that, an extra condition is used so that last element can also be verified. Example array. Okay, here is this sorted arrays will be this. Inside loop, one frequency will be equal to 3. It will push When 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 two starts, it, the check when two starts, the check starts inside the loop. Okay. If this is not equal to that, then in the else case, inside the loop, it checks if frequency is more than this. If it's not true, what it does, it increases the value, it increases the index number and checks again if it's more than n by 2. Okay, so I think in this case, 2 will also be returned here. 2 is also be returned. Okay, last element 2, frequency is 2, so we push the 2. Why? Because when nums of I will increase, it will be equal to the last index, that is 2. And when it be compared with the index the previous index of it, index value of it, it will be equal to 2. When will be equal to 2, frequency will increase. After that, when this condition set will be satisfied, the else condition will not be executed. And when the else condition will not be executed, the if condition will also not be executed. So the the checks remains after that. So we have used in the last we have used this extra condition. So that's why we have used this condition again to check for the last frequency of, so that to also can come inside the majority element array. After the loop, last element is 2 and its frequency is 2. So when its frequency is 2, when it will be compared, then its frequency will be more than n by 3 and it will be pushed back in the result. After that, we will return the result in the last. So that's how it's working. If we try and submit it, okay, in this case, okay, frequency, compiler, okay, okay. Even of this frequency slash 1 or have to wait for short times. Okay, and frequency 1 expected after if, yeah, I have done something wrong. Okay, yeah, frequency is equal to 1. Really know this. If, okay, I think I've done. This was the last condition, and before that, let's. Okay, So I'll copy this from here and paste it here. Okay. Sort. Okay. Now it's clean. Integer rights for int rights. Okay. So how it is running, I have explained it already. I will explain it for the last time now. So we have sorted the array, set the array, frequency started slash one, and inside the loop it's checking if frequency if nums I index is equal to nums I minus one, means the previous index. If it's true, frequency will be increased. After that, frequency will be increased, and after that, when the index moves, if not equals to nums minus one, if nums I index is not equals to nums I index minus one, in else case it will check if this is true, it will push back the nums I index in the result. Okay, and this is for the last element check. If after the loop ends, it will check the frequency of last element. If the frequency of last element comes more than n by 3, then it will be pushed back into the result vector. So now we will, the time complexity of this will be equal to, I think it's will be equal to big of n log n. Okay, all the test cases are accepted now. We will submit it in a quick. It beats 50%. Think there will be another approach. And yeah, there is another approach. Okay. There is another approach present, but for now we'll keep this till this type of solution. I think there can be more optimized solution for this, but for now I will keep this solve solution till this point. So now I am summarizing the stream. So what we have done in the today's stream of day 8 DSC plus DSA journey. First we solve the majority element problem with the moods algorithm and understand what happens in the moods algorithm. Okay. After that, we revisited the intersection of two arrays problem again and tried to solve it again and explain the code to you, all of you, second time in this stream. And after that, we jumped on to the squares of and sort. We revisited the problem of squares of and sorted array again and solve it again and explain to all of you all the code of this. Okay, after that we go to the bi-weekly contest and participated in it. And what I have done here, I didn't knew this question or this topic how how the question will be solved. So I copied the code from Copilot because I wanted to see what will the result will give in the what will be the results in the end and how the context works. So I use that, and also I will understand. Also, I tried to understand this in the stream, that how what are the things and how the things are working, and explained and understood a little and explained a little to all of you also. I will understand this after the stream also. After that, when I will have learned that this topic, I think we will be solving this problem or any other problem similar to that at that time. If I will remember this. Okay. After that, we jumped on to the harder level of the same majority element problem, that was majority element second. Inside this, we used haven't used the most optimized approach for that. We use the approach that we used in the majority element easy part, easy level. That we used that approach that was better. That was not brute force. That was better in that problem. Okay. So there was three approaches that we used. First, we used the brute force approach in the majority element. After that, we used the better approach. After that, we used the most optimized approach, that was Moore's algorithm. After that, so this was for the majority element first problem, and in this problem, the harder level of majority element, that was majority element second, we used the that better approach in this. That better approach means the second approach that we used in this, and made some changes in the conditions, and used an extra condition to check the last element, check for the last element, and push it back into the result array. So in total, what we have done today, we revisited an old problem and solved it with a new approach, the most optimized approach, that was the Moore's algorithm, and the problem was majority element. After that, we revisited the intersection of two arrays problem and solved it again and explained also. After that, we jumped onto the we revisited squares of an sorted array problem again, and tried to solve it and explained to all of you also. After that, we go to the bi-weekly contest and solve the first question by the help of Copilot by copying the code, and after that I tried to understand the code, and I explained a little part of it to you guys also. And after the stream, I will also understand it again. And when I will have strings, learned about strings, what are strings, and the things, I will, if I remember, I will solve this problem again. And if not, I think there will be more similar problems like this in the future. Let me show you that problem. What was that problem? That was this problem. Okay. So if it will be added in the, I have listened that the when the new contest and the new problems that aren't present in the lead code, it gets added to the lead codes problem. If it will be added, we will be what we will do. We will add it to the list to solve. Set. We will add it to the list that we have created, in which we have put the problems that we will solve. Okay. After that, what we have done, we jumped onto the harder part of the majority element second problem. This was the new problem that we solved today, the only one problem that we solved today, excluding the contest problem. We haven't solved that problem on by own. So okay, and the time complexity of this was equal to big of n log n. Let's ask uh, the time complexity of this will be equal to big of n log n, right? Okay, yeah, it's saying it will be equal to big of n log n. Okay, so this was all for the today's stream. And is there anything left? Tell. Okay, so this was what we have done in this today's stream. if you learned from something from this stream, please to like stream and subscribe the channel and tell me in the comments how I'm doing in the how am I performing in the streams. It your reviews tell me how I'm performing in the streams. So if I if I'm doing something wrong or something can be improved, please tell me. So I will try to improve that in the next stream. And yeah, so is anything left to tell? Okay, there are 9 submissions today. Acceptance rate is 96.47. Okay, let me tell you a thing also. I am doing what I'm doing. I'm giving quant aptitude mock test side streams nowadays from the from uh, from yesterday. Quant aptitude mock test. Okay, I don't know where quant. Let me check what was that the thing that what was that website that I was on yesterday. Want to yesterday. It's for check that was mm, okay. Quant and aptitude test coding. Okay. So I tried that on 18th of June, not yesterday. That was yesterday. So quant aptitude and sorry, quant and aptitude coding test. I wrote it like this. Don't know why it's not showing in the results. Let me type the website name. Talk to codingshuttle.com. Okay, so this is how it was. What they do. Don't know why it's not showing here. Mock tests. Online mock test one. Okay. Okay, so if you search mock test, codingshuttle.com mock tests, here you will come here. You come here. Here, different type of mock tests you can give. I tried this mock test. First, there were 20 questions inside that, and there was a timer, 30-minute timer to solve that all. After that, I did that, and I got 8 marks out of 20, which is less, I know, because I haven't touched mathematics for from for a very long time. After that, I gave another mock test, that was programming mock test of C++ language. Let me tell you how it works. If we There will be parts of it, one, two, three, four, five, like this. There will be 20 questions inside that and 30 minutes to solve. You can choose category wise if you want to give answers, choose different topics and give mock tests according to that. So I give this test. Let me show you how it done. So there's some instructions. The mock test contains a total of 20 questions. You will have 30 minutes to complete all questions. Okay. Please avoid switching tabs during the test to avoid being disqualified. Ensure a stable environment connection. Okay. We will start now. How see the timer has already started, so we have to choose this. Okay. What is the correct way to declare integer variable named count? So this is this. So next, what is the so the following is not an arithmetic operator. This is not an arithmetic operator, so we'll select this and do next. Which of the following is the correct way to declare a pointer? Pointer, maybe this. I don't know. Which of the following is the correct syntax? If condition, this will be this. Which of the following is the correct syntax of a for loop in C++? Correct syntax of a for loop. Condition increment. Yeah. These both look same, but see here the same column missing. Which header file is required? I don't know why in this section of the problem the options are not showing. So the following is the correct way to declare a function. It was not showing in my mobile phone also. Which of the following is the correct way to declare a function in C++? Partition and take no arguments. Correct way to declare a function that returns an integer and takes no arguments. Okay. I have given the answer of that before. Which of the following is correct way to declare function? We have to declare function. Okay. Which of the following is the correct way to declare an integer array of size 5? Size 5. Okay, this will be this. Next, which of the following declare a class? This. If I see this, let's open a new program. Come on, come on. Okay. I think it will be. So the following to declare a string in C++ using a library, standard library. String, I don't know how to declare string in C++. So I will pick, but we have seen. Okay. Declaring a string. Okay, string is declare a string. C++ using standard library. I will choose this for now. Guess the output integer division. What will be the output of the following C++ code snippet? X is this and this is this. So it will be equal to 2 because in return it will give integer value. 7 is divided by 3 is 2.63, but we have to return integer value, so it will be equal to 2. 10 is divided by 3, 10 modulo 3, okay, 10 modulo 3 will give 1. Bond the remainder, which interior pointer index. I don't know what it will get. Integer access 10, integer into pointer is equal to index. Let I will select any random thing here. Cout pointer 10 maybe. Integer x is equal to 5, x if x is more than 5, so it will print hello. Following its count I is less than equal to 5, I plus I will be equal to 1 to 5. Okay, for I is equal to 1, I will be I okay, I will be 1 to 3 4 5. This mode is used to append data at the end of a file in C++. Maybe this, because it's saying append means out something. What is the correct way to define a function named add that takes two integers and returns the sum? Define a function integer add. Okay. See, if I go into VS Code functions, mm, integer and is this. Haven't I? Okay. So this will be this. Next. What will the output of the following code? Integer array 1 to 3, cout array 3 index. Size is 5. Array 3 index 0, 1, 2. So it will return 0. It will not return 3. Because it is saying we have to return index value at array 3, but size is 5, but haven't, so it will be 0. Text, I don't know what is this. Test layout constructor call it. Constructor called implement test object public class test object. Okay, return 0. Constructor called maybe. String is hello, cout is hello. Okay, my marks was 18 out of 20, so I have solved 18. I have given 18 correct answers. You can also download the PDF of the thing that you solved, and that was how it works. Okay. Yeah. I will take a screenshot of it also. because I do document these things also, not only just documenting my C++ DSA journey. So we'll keep it like this. Get saved. So this is, you can also try this website and go to the website and give mock test. What's that timer? Okay, the timer has ended. The bi-weekly contest is ended now. Let's see what happened to our account. It's 13 problems solved till now. Okay, it's added. See, the new problem is added now. So what we will do, we will mark this problem. We will add this problem to must solve list. Okay, target comma solve. Majority element second. Let me see where are the lists. Okay, to solve reover favorites. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 problems in the this, and must solve. There are 9 problems. I have solved 13 problems. So there are some problems missing here. So let me take a screenshot of it and add. Let me take a pic of it and add the remaining problems in this list, favorite list. Here we will create grid is added. Squared softened sorted array is added. Majority element is not added in the list. So we will add this first. And I think intersection of two is also not added, yeah. So we will add this to favorites. Section of two arrays second. 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 10 problems have been added. This is the 11th one. There are total 13 problems. So the 11th one is added now to the favorites section. Now the section of two arrays is present or not. Okay, it is present. Majority element is present. Move zeros is present in remove duplicates. Present squares often ordered as present and missing number. Move zeros. Okay, it's repeating. We update it. It's showing 13 here. Okay, I think let's close this all. We will jump here. Okay. Now we will check create grid is done. Majority element second is missing. We have already Where was this list? We will go to that list. Let's close this. Okay, now we can check easily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 problems are here. Okay. Easy, medium, maximum 7. So we haven't added this one. That is for today. That is majority element second. Okay, so we will add this first. So we will add this now. The favorite list. Squares is done. This is done. Majority element is done. Section of tourism 0, 0. Okay, missing number contains duplicate is also done. I think to sum is not done. This problem is not. I will try and solve this problem in the future, like future streams with a more optimized approach. I know there can be this can be solved with another approach, better approach. Let's see how many columns I've added. Okay, now 13 questions are added. All 5 questions are added. And we have also added that question, that new question that will be covering, and will be learned that that strings topic. So, but there is one thing where the result of the bi-weekly contest goes. I have seen other people IDs. It shows here. It's not showing right now. Don't know why. If I go to contest and check the past contest, if I click this, my ranking will show here. I think my ranking was become okay. It is okay. My ranking was 15,771, and there were 39,261 people. This was global. Don't know what are these things, but it is showing my rank was this. Some people from India, Korean, all solved all the problems like in this 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and 4 minutes. Okay, so this is how things have ended. My contest. Okay, it's public. I think it will reflect after a few days. So let's see. We will see that in the next streams. So for now, this was all that we have done in this today's stream. I have told you guys about that website. I will give the link of that website in the description also. So right now I will end the stream. So till then, so till then keep learning.